So it's Mr. Frost? What brings you in today?
Well, Dr. Frankenstein. My wife thinks I should get a nose job.
That's pronounced Frankenstein. And speaking of pronounced, you do have a very pronounced nose.
She says it is always getting in the way. And in other people's business. And I heard that you are the most famous nose doctor in all of Waterloo.
Yes, and the most modest. I have done vast experimental research on noses just like yours. Would you like to hear about some of my experiments?
Yes, please. I am a bit nervous, but I think that would make me feel much better.
Well, when I was just starting, fresh out of Cambridge.
You went to Cambridge?
Yes, have you heard of it? It's just down the road from Kitchener. Anyway, my first set of experiments I call my geometric period. I would come up with a procedure, like locking the patient in a cage full of hungry bunnies, and then test it on patient after patient until I had one success, by which I mean the nose looked better after than before. I would count the number of failures, since that had a geometric distribution, but only publish the success.
I am glad I was not one of your first patients. By the way, is it getting hot in here? And then what did you do?
I entered the second phase of my brilliant medical career, my negative binomial period.
And what was that?
Well, it occurred to me, thanks to a very rude editor, that you should have more than one success in order to get published in the Journal of Nosiology. So I decided in advance to keep operating on patients until I had exactly 3 successes. This worked quite well. Again, I would count the number of failures since that has a negative binomial distribution, but I would publish only the 3 successes.
That sounds interesting. So I guess the number of successes was always fixed at 3 and you could compare different treatments by using the number of failures before your third success?
Not really. I forgot to keep track of the number of failures. I was only interested in the successes. So when that paper was rejected, I moved on to my binomial period.
You mean you no longer keep operating until you get a fixed number of successes?
That's right. I was running out of patients. And also I was running out of patients. So I decided to take the last 20 patients I had and operate on all of them, counting the number of successes. This is now a random number between 0 and 20 and has a binomial distribution.
I see. So now the number of trials of the experiment is fixed at 20 but the number of successes is random. And how did that turn out?
Well, funny you should ask. After patient number 19 it did not look that good.
And then what happened?
And then your appointment started.
Well, now it really is feeling hot in here. And there seems to be a puddle under my chair. I will just run out to the washroom for a minute and come right back.